Well, three-time Grammy winner, something that is inexplicable because what is important is Ricky Kej has done it not only for India, but he has set a world record. But more importantly, I have known him for almost more than a decade.
Yes.
And in that interaction with him, I have only admired his music and how he has grown. Thank you so much for joining us here at
No,
So
always
Many
a
Is the
pleasure
Day.
to talk to you, really.
So, Ricky, if I may ask you, this particular on the 14th of August, we're going to be seeing the launch of you playing along with the Philharmonic Orchestra.
Correct.
And this is the first time the Indian national anthem is being collaborated with the Philharmonic.
Correct. It's the largest orchestra to ever record
Yeah.
the Indian national anthem. It's a 100-member orchestra and a British orchestra. And it's, of course, my favorite orchestra in the world, and it's said to be the most in-demand orchestra in the UK. So it was a huge honor. Of course, I've collaborated with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra in the past,
Earlier.
but this is the biggest version of the Royal Philharmonic that I'm actually recording that I recorded the national anthem with.
So was it a breeze for you?
It wasn't a breeze for sure. I mean, that the orchestra was absolutely amazing, so they made it much easier for me to conduct them. Because if the musicians are fantastic, then the conductor's work becomes very, very easy. And that's exactly what happened with me. But yeah, it took a very long time. It took about 3 months to actually come up with the idea, conceptualize the arrangement, figure out what each musician is going to be playing, how they're going to harmonize with each other. All of that took about 3 months.
But getting everything together is a task. Any challenges?
Not really, actually, not much challenges. But yeah, I think the only challenge was to ensure that we are as respectful to the national anthem as possible. So I wouldn't call it a challenge. It was more like a responsibility. That the responsibility was always in my mind. But at the same time, the national anthem is such an important song for me that I did not have to consciously, try to be respectful to it, because whatever I would do would automatically
come from the heart.
It would come absolutely from the heart.
Correct.
Yeah.
You've done some exceptional work when it comes to the environment, and we've seen a lot of that as well. But this one particularly, I know you've derived inspiration from the environment. This one, is there any specific any person or anybody or anything that inspired you?
So in this version of the national anthem, I guess it was just about giving the national anthem its epic due, So making it really large, making it huge in magnitude, and ensuring that anybody who listens to this version of the national anthem does not listen to it without goosebumps,
Right.
And with a pride for the country, and even people who are not normally exposed to the Indian national anthem, people from different countries who have never heard it before, will sit up and take notice of the Indian national anthem.
Sure. I've seen that every time you have interacted with Prime Minister Narendra Modi as well. In those times also, there's been a lot of pride from his side as well when he meets you. Has he heard this?
He's an absolutely amazing world leader. There is no doubt in my mind about that. He, in fact, changed the course of my career when I met him in 2015. Since then, I won 2 more Grammys after I met him. I met him multiple times, including I ended up sitting with him at the state dinner in France, where I sat with him and President Macron. I heard their conversations. I saw how much President Macron respected Prime Minister Modi. It was so inspiring to see that, and President Macron kept telling me during the dinner, he kept holding my hand and telling me that, the last time we had a dinner in the Louvre, because the dinner was at the Louvre. So he said that the last time we had a dinner at the Louvre was in 1957 for Queen Elizabeth. And he's like, now your Prime Minister is over here. So he himself was so excited that he was getting to have a dinner at the Louvre, and that was because Prime Minister Modi had come down and they were rolling out the red carpet for him. So that was so these are very, very inspiring moments that that I have with Prime Minister Modi, and I'm very grateful for them.
But let me hold on to the point. You said he changed the course of your career. How did he do that?
So in 2015, when I met Prime Minister Modi after I won my first Grammy, that is when he told me that he's going to be visiting the climate change conference in Paris. That is the COP21, and the biggest the biggest conference of nations ever in the history of our planet, and even till date, it's the biggest. So at that time, he told me about his philosophies about the environment, what he's going to be speaking about on that stage. He's going to be launching the Solar Alliance, which is an alliance of tropical countries with tropical climates all over the world, which can come together and build solar energy that can help the global south. So that is when he saw my passion for the environment, my work with the United Nations. And he's the one who suggested that stop all forms of commercial music and just concentrate on doing this,
Right.
He encouraged me that, just focus on making music on the environment and sustainability. And obviously, if the leader of your country gives you advice, you're going to take it very, very seriously.
Absolutely.
So I took it very seriously. I left his office thinking fully well that this is exactly what I'm going to do. and that was huge inspiration for me.
So has he heard this particular track?
I'm not going to answer that question.
Oh, that is why you were working around that. Well, my last question to you would be basically, I've asked you about the challenges,
Yeah.
asked you how easy it is, but this is something that you've given as a tribute to every single Indian on Independence Day. Anything else in terms of your work that we can look up to and be proud about?
So I've just finished off another album with Stuart Copeland, my collaborator from the Police. And this is a beautiful album called Police Beyond Borders, where we've taken 10 of the most famous songs of the Police, like Every Breath You Take and Message in a Bottle and Roxanne.
Oh,
and
all my favorites.
all these beautiful songs, and we've orchestrated for symphony orchestra, and we've gotten each and every song sung by an ensemble or a singer from a different country, singing it in their own language. Like Every Breath You Take sung by a South African choir in Zulu, Shankar Mahadevan is sung Murder by Numbers in Hindi, and then we have Roxanne sung by Salim Suleiman in Hindi. Then we have Sijuan, who's the biggest rock star in China, singing a song in Mandarin. Then we've got Serge Tankian from Armenia singing in Armenian. So it's going to be a beautiful album. We'll be releasing that on the 18th of this month.
So who's singing Every Breath You Take? Or
that is Every Breath You Take is by the Soweto Gospel Choir in Zulu.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Well, we wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for talking to us at CNN News 18.
Absolutely, my
and
pleasure.
This is something that, we always have admired about Ricky Kej, that he sets the bar and it always goes higher. We only wish you come back with your 4th Grammy.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Kind of you.